Good morning and welcome to Coffee and the Word. Last day of the week. I hope you've had a fantastic week. I am excited to go into the weekend, and before I get into today's discussion, I want to invite you to come be a part of what we're doing on Sunday mornings. Sunday morning at 9:30, we do a Bible study. We're in the book of Acts. We'll be covering chapter 6 through, I think, 11. And you're like, how are you covering that much? Well, not well, but we're going to do it. So we'll be covering that text. So if you want to read along, then I think that would be fantastic. Also at 10:45, we have our regularly scheduled worship. I want to invite you to be a part of that. We have just started doing in-ear Spanish translation, so we would just want to invite you to come be a part of what we're doing. But if you're not from this area, I want to invite you to go be a part of a church where you are. Like, it's important for you to join the fellowship and be a part of what they're doing. So, yesterday I introduced the concept, and all week we've been talking about what are we going to do? Somebody's got to do something about all the violence that we're seeing in our country and in our schools and so on and so forth throughout the last several years. And I know that everybody has an idea of what needs to happen. And there are Christians who hold two very different views when it comes to self-defense and active defense. And I know Christians who says that, the way to stop a bad guy with a gun is a good guy with a gun. And I know Christians who say what we really need to do is lay down our arms and recognize that we need to set the tone for the world and be less willing to carry to use weapons of violence in this world. And then I know people who are just sitting on the fence and saying, I don't really know what the right answer is. And I know that's a difficult question. And as we get ready to go into yet another season of voting politicians in, do I vote for politicians who support this versus that? Is that what God wants from me? And I do think that's an important question to ask yourself. What does God want from me? And here's the thing I think I told you yesterday, but I want to say it again. This is not a subject that should divide us. And what I mean by that is whether or not you can own or should own a weapon for personal protection and the protection of your family is not an issue that we have enough information for us to be divided. For if you're somebody who sits on the side of every Christian should own a firearm, or you're standing on the side of no Christian should own a firearm, like, you're not standing on the principle of what is revealed in text. Jesus literally tells his disciples to go and sell what they have so they can buy swords just before he is betrayed. And then, so on that side, you're like, well, Jesus seems to advocate that we should have weapons for self-defense, right? And then on the other side, we see Jesus rebuking Peter, saying those who live by the sword will die by the sword. And so there is a reasonable argument to be made both directions. And I want you to understand that I'm not settled on this matter as a personal matter yet. I do lean toward the self-protection mode. In fact, I told you this yesterday, I own firearms. I'm a hunter also, but I own firearms for personal protection. And I'll be honest with you, I hunt in Colorado and I always carry a firearm. I'm not protecting myself against humans. I'm protecting myself against bears. Maybe I'm just making bears mad.